Georgia Bulldogs. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe down on the sidelines, and Holly, a little familiarity in this one.
Hey guys, Georgia's head coach told me pregame he loves how his team has come out and dominated in the conference so far this season, but he understands the road gets even harder now. He's talked to his team about getting off to a fast start, that's important to set the tone here today. They want to keep that undefeated streak alive in conference play, but it all begins right now. We'll see if they can do it against a very tough opponent. Guys?
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. Defense looks as if it's coming. Hits the hole. It's Pryor. Turning it on. The 50. The 40. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
Wow, we knew coming into this one, this offense wanted to start fast, but David, how about that run and the vision and his ability to spring himself up into the second level, and you saw the speed. That's the kind of play early in a game that'll get your attention.
Get your attention and get the offense rolling. Get them in a rhythm. Like, you're not depending on your quarterback. Your offensive line did a great job paving the hole, creating an explosive on the very first drive. Man, that will get everyone lathered up and excited on this offense.
From the red zone, looking for a space. Incomplete, a 50-50 ball won by no one that time. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. They'll move the wide receiver. Jones wants to throw it. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be third down.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on second down. Likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing it.
DB's right up on the receivers. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
And on this opening drive, the D gave up some yards, but that's okay. They buckled down when they needed to. They forced the field goal, keeping the home crowd still engaged, still excited, and now they get the football.
Both of you guys played in this rivalry. Jesse, what's your most impactful memory?
My senior year, 1st and 1 on the goal line, and the Bulldogs had Marcus Stroud and Richard Seymour, 2 first-round picks at D-tackle. Coach Spurrier called Red Snoopy, which was a quarterback sneak. I didn't get it. He called it again on 2nd down. I didn't get it. Called it again on 3rd down. I didn't get it. On 4th down, he subbed our running back, who came in the huddle and says, Red Snoopy, jump over the top, idiot. And we scored a touchdown.
That is great. That is phenomenal.
They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on 1st down. Guys, let's chat about Georgia. I'm sure you guys saw this. One of the top running backs in the country, 5-star guy, gave a verbal commitment last week. What's the expectation for him as soon as he hits campus?
I mean, you don't get 5 stars very often, and you get 5 stars for a reason, because you are a dude. He is a man-child. They want to get him in the door now. They wish they could already have him signed, but the excitement is going to really build for this young man.
Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. New set of downs after the completion. The run inside. It's Frazier. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume. And I love when offenses are not afraid to run the football consecutive times in a row or multiple times in a row. I know everybody wants to air it out, but man, getting that ground game established, making those linebackers and safeties come up and know that we're going to run the football, I like the way they started this football game.
And the Dogs are rolling down the field. The pull and throw off the RPO. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. Motion from the wide receiver. Here's a give to Frazier. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Let's take a little step back and have a look at Georgia. Top 5 up to this point is really good. It's staying there as we get closer to the playoff. That becomes a huge challenge.
They just need to focus on winning right now. They're in position as a top 5 team to reach the college football playoff, but you've got to keep winning, and that's got to be the mindset. And coming into today, they have to bring their A game to the field.
And we're still in the middle of the season, so there's so many ways to still make a good impression for this squad, and we still have conference championships for some. We have great matchups that will decide, just like we've seen in past years, right? Comes down the stretch, who's playing the best.
Takes the handoff. It's Bowens. Just smothered on the play.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on third down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
Coming to the line, looking for that first down on third and short from the 29. Plows his way ahead. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be fourth down and 1. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on fourth down. He'll swing that big leg for 3 from 44 yards out. Absolutely perfect. And that's going to tie it up.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. He'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. Plows through the defense. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. The Gator ground game is lurking in the murky waters, and it has been most effective.
Yeah, we've seen them in the past, man. When Florida's really cooking, they've got some good backs. They've got some good balance, but they've got some physicality, and that's what you want to see from this unit.
That's the type of explosive play you love to start a drive with. First down from the 42. To the ground. He's got it again. Can't get him to the ground. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
Yeah, I go back to him again, too, man. I mean, just the big play, the play before, and they say, why not? Try it again. Get it to the running back. Try to create some space. Better job by the defense being gap sound, coming downhill, not letting him break tackles and make a big play.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Jones to throw. Fires immediately. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I love defenses that can tackle the catch. Right away, they're not giving up any yak. As soon as that player has the ball, he goes down now.
They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Pass rush, coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Yeah, and the defensive line, you know, 3rd and long situations, I'm rushing the quarterback. You bring in the nickel, a little bit more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack on 3rd down.
Hunt is on its way. Looks it in. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
And on that play on the RPO, they had the look they wanted, but up front, they just could not get the job done. You see linemen losing their one-on-one battles. There was nowhere for that running back to go.
The Dogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking downfield, it's Stockton. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
That's how you blow up the screen pass if you're on defense. You got to hit the quarterback fast, force the incompletion.
They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Out wide right, it's Frazier. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
A nice job of awareness on defense there on that 3rd down. You know, you're expecting the offense to throw the football, but it's not just going to be receivers or tight ends you got to worry about. You got to keep your eye on where that running back is. They knew exactly where he would be, and they were able to make the tackle setting up 4th.
No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. Swamped immediately.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Jones wants to throw it. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Oh, it's picked off. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. RPO complete. Oh, he's got some space. Inside the 10. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
Well, that didn't take long. I mean, they started off this drive with great field position, and that's critical for this football team because of the players they have offensively. If you can get them the ball back at that area of the field, it takes one play, like what you just saw, and all of a sudden, they're knocking on the door now in the red zone looking for 6.
Quarterback sneaks ahead. The sneak scores it.
It's just so nice to have a signal guard who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Well, they didn't exactly milk the clock on that drive, did they? 2 plays and into the end zone for the touchdown. These two first met back in 1915, and for much of their histories, they've been sleeping giants. But man, when they wake up, do they wake up?
Well, two programs obviously with a lot of history and a lot of great players in the past, but I feel like because of the recent success of both Georgia and Florida in the last couple of decades, this is a game every year that everybody, not just in the SEC, but I think around the country, have circled because of what this game means.
Well, and it's so cool when you're a fan and you've played in this game like me and Jesse both have. You can go back to a singular moment like Run, Lindsey, Run in 1980, which was a 3rd and long on their own 7 that they converted Georgia to go on to win a national title. Big games decided by big moments that live forever.
Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wide receiver going in motion. Jones to throw. Oh, pressure's coming. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
How nice is it as a defense when when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home. That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Unloads to the wideout. Out wide left, it's Brown. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
They'll move the tight end. Press center downs going to the air. Throws to the wideout. Right side, it's Brown. Lots of room to run. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Ball. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
You gotta have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm gonna start, and I'm gonna stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Jones wants to throw it. Lets it fly. And he can't find his man as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
They've got it right on the edge of the red zone, but they face a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. He is stopped well short of the first down marker at the 15, and let's see what they do on 4th. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. That'll bring him to within 4.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Knocked down immediately.
Great job by that defender. I mean, he timed that snap count perfectly, got into the backfield and created the negative play.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wants to throw. It's Stockton. Still looking. Throws for the tight end. Soft spot in the middle. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down. And the Bulldogs right after the huge play through the air back to the line. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Caught in the backfield, it's Frazier.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
An 8-yard pickup on the 1st down completion, now 2nd and 2. That's reeled in, it's Humphries. There he goes! Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wideout. Handoff for Frazier. Hit and dropped in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Right back to the well. All over him immediately.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
They might want to find a way to put it in drive and go forward. It's 3rd and 16. Changing the routes with his receivers. On 3rd down, here's Frazier. Tackle behind the line, and he'll lose 1 on the play. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. Waning seconds of the 1st half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. Somebody better check that dude's foot and see if it's juiced. Man, oh man, from outside 60, he sails it through. As the Gators head for the locker room by the watchful eye of that bull Gator head, let's check in with Kevin Connors at the half.
Guys, week 9, kind of a week where we separate the pretenders from the contenders here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin with a look in on Iowa State taking on the Oklahoma State Cowboys. And it's the Cyclones in an absolute fist fight with a team that has been every bit their equal today. Both offenses putting up points. Feels like anything can happen in this second half. Here now a look at some other games of note, including a big upset inside the Big Ten.
The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. They got plenty done through the air in the 1st half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the 3rd quarter.
Well, and I think defensively you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well. So you have to know where your answers are.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Frazier. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Finds his man on the RPO. He gets it out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46. The Bulldogs will line it up on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Frazier. He'll move it ahead and a good productive play on the ground.
And that's a good sign for this offense, maybe finishing this football game. Maybe they can get that ground game going. They've tried. They just haven't had a lot of success. Made them very one-dimensional. Nice to see them run the football with some efficiency later in this game.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking downfield, it's Stockton. They'll run the screen. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. And the Dogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They get him stopped at the 30, but not before he gets 5 yards.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Frazier again. Able to pick up a couple down to the 27.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Ball's at the 27. It's 3rd and short. Can they avoid making that 4th down decision? Out wide right, it's Humphries. Taken down just short of the sticks, but the offense still within scoring range on 4th down. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
And I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding 3rd and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle to force a 4th down.
Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes the Gators offense, ready to go on the attack. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Fires to the wideout. Incomplete. And they fought for it, but it just squirted harmlessly to the ground.
And we were talking about it at half, guys. Like, how are they going to crack this puzzle, right? This defense is so elite in the first half. Second half, they come out, they're trying to throw the football, man. I just don't know where the weaknesses are. They're going to have to keep working and keep trying to make that big play and stay aggressive. But so far, on every level of this defense, they've been dominant.
Jones to throw. Fires to the middle. Got a man. It's Singleton. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Handoff for Ball. Breaks into the open. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. The Gators with the 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs going up top. Left side is Pryor. Hits the afterburners. All the way. Touchdown Gators.
And the offense slips the running back out of the backfield. Nobody decides to cover him. My man makes the play. Shows off the hands first. Got to make the catch first. Does the rest. Walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
And they tacked on the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And he closed the deal by racing 35 yards to pay dirt. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Man, he is hard to wrap up as he gets it to the 32-yard line.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
The Dogs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Out wide left, it's Mullins. Caught, and he's got room. The 20, the 10. Touchdown, Dogs! And they take it in for 6 more points. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Cuts it upfield. It's Pryor. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Jones wants to throw it. Makes the grab. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Calls his own number. He won't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Midway point in the season, in games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. And we're just about ready to go with the final quarter. The Gators are going to call their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. A design run for the quarterback. Drag to the ground, but not before. He's converted the 4th down to keep the drive going. In your own territory, if you don't make it, I mean, it invites disaster, but it's 4th and inches. They had to go for it, and they made it.
Well, if I lost a bunch of weight, I'd be skinny, but I didn't. So go for it every single time. I love it.
The Gators come to the line with a new set of downs. Jones to throw. Fires to the tight end. Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a 1st down.
They've got the weapons to stay aggressive. He just made a big play. Let's see if we can take a shot here into the end zone, score, and try to save as much time on the clock as we can.
And the Gators are moving quickly down the field. Wide receiver comes in motion. Drops back on 1st down. Fires left. Dangerous throw on that one.
And man, did the defense just miss an opportunity that they could have turned the lights out with the lead, get the football back here. Missed opportunity. Maybe this offense now can take advantage and swing some momentum in this football game.
Long way to go on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. Here comes the Georgia offense, ready to go on the attack. And that interception might well be the nail in the coffin. Offense gets the ball back, up by 2 scores. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
And the Bulldogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. It's complete to the left. Breaks a tackle, and he might go.
Is that stiff arm even a human arm? It looks like some type of steel bludgeoning device on his way to a first down.
He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
They'll move the wide receiver. Got some green grass. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. Just had a solid pickup on first. Now let's see what they've got on second down. Handoff, Frazier running left. He's got the first down. Flying down the left side. He's a slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point was good to finish things off. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they capped it off with an explosive in the running game, a 59-yard touchdown run. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Jones wants to throw it. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Now inside 4 minutes to go here on second down. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Finds his tight end. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes. Only a pickup of a couple.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late. They're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. Complete. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what we saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player. and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Wants to throw one first. Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
Second and long here. Here's a give the ball. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2.
Yeah, this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's later in the fourth quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Motion from the wide receiver. Jones to throw. Oh, and he just flat dropped it. You do not see this guy do that very often. It'll be 4th down.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the 4th.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Snaps it, and he has to have it. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here. He's past the sticks. Touchdown, Georgia! And the beatdown has ensued. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win. There is little the Dogs enjoy more than sticking it to the Gators, and boy, are they doing it right now.
Yeah, taking care of business. And listen, Georgia prides itself on being a physical unit. Every year, they're going to just pound you and bludgeon you. And Florida has had no response, just like in the last several games in this series. Georgia's they got the upper hand.
Georgia's always had talented teams. Certainly, they were very talented back in the day when I played them. The program was in a great place. But because of recent success, they're just at a different level. What they're recruiting, what the expectations are, and they're really showing that here in the second half.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Jones wants to throw it. Right side, it's ball. Really short gain on that one. Defense all over it.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. From the gun. Fighting for it. It's Pryor. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy, that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? 2nd down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Fresh setter down's going to the air. Throws to the tight end. On target over the middle. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
If you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitching.
Time to take a shot. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. And they take a knee on fourth down, having inflicted enough damage, and that ought to do it. If they have any intention of getting this drive going, they better come up with something on 2nd and long from the 10. They can stop the clock a couple more times, and they need to get it back fast, down 2 possessions as the clock keeps winding down.